What's good, guys? Respawn Protocol here. Is it just me, or is the average person these days just completely obsessed with how they're perceived in the eyes of others? Everyone wants to be seen in the newest clothing, the newest cars, and they want to be seen on social media living what they claim is their best life. But I think this focus on status and perception is a fatal mistake. And I think it's a mistake that keeps most people distracted from the real thing that will bring them lasting fulfillment, purpose, and happiness in their lives. And that thing is financial freedom. And from my personal experience, the people that chase the status and perception trap tend to be the most unhappy and miserable people I know. And I just don't want that for you guys. So hear me out in this video today as I explain why I think this is a deadly mistake and what you should do instead to create a meaningful life where you don't have to remain enslaved to the 9-to-5 system. Let's get it, guys. So I think a large contributor to this type of behavior nowadays in society is how we're actually brought up. We're bombarded every day with thousands of ads, and social media definitely doesn't help because everyone's trying to persuade each other they have a great life. And to me, this is just like a mask that people wear that conceals how fragile and broken they are deep down. And society at large has become absolutely hooked to the cheap dopamine of buying pointless stuff and flexing it to others. And the sad reality is that's where a lot of people get a majority of their happiness from. And that just absolutely blows my mind. But I kind of get it because it's kind of like a drug, really. Consuming makes you feel great in the moment, but it isn't healthy or sustainable long term. And just like a drug, people get really addicted to this feeling super fast. And I guess at some level they are actually getting hooked to an actual drug. I mean, buying these things does trigger large spikes of dopamine, and dopamine is super addicting to humans. And dopamine is responsible for that pleasure you get eating chocolate or the pleasure you get eating junk food. So it's easy to see how people can get addicted to consumerism. And from my perspective, guys, we've built this toxic culture where we idolize the people that have a lot of material wealth and discredit those that have personal and financial wealth. And I think that's a big reason why society is so fucked these days. I mean, I know so many people in real life that still live at home in a super toxic environment just because they don't have to pay bills, and instead they can use that money to just be an idiot and spend it recklessly. And when you deep it, guys, like, this behavior is just absolutely crazy. Like, these type of people are literally trading real happiness and peace just to signal to others that they're actually happy and peaceful. Like, it's just a massive paradox. Like, I know this one person, and I'm not going to name them, but this person is quite successful business-wise, and they made a good bit of money, but they still live at home even though they're near 30 years of age, and they're just constantly arguing with their parents, and, it's just not a good environment to live in. And the fact that they've kind of engineered this situation is just baffling to me. And despite this person investing in all the new material things and showing them off, this person is still one of the most toxic and narcissistic people I know. And yeah, guys, like leasing a new high-end car these days in the UK is like £400 a month minimum, something like that. And with the average salary being around 2k per month, they're literally trading like a whole working week just to have that nice car. Like, how is this even a reality, guys? Please tell me in the comments, because I've been thinking about this for ages and I just cannot figure this mindset out. And the thing is, guys, most people blame the system for engineering it in a way where people can't get by and have to rely on a 9-to-5. But in reality, most people voluntarily lead this life by being completely unable to regulate their spending and being completely obsessed with how others perceive them. Like, we're already fighting an uphill battle from the day we were born. Society programs us to consume as much as possible, and we kind of have to learn to unprogram ourselves, because it does take our opportunity for freedom and happiness away and gives it to somebody else. And we need to unprogram this behavior if we're ever going to lead a secure, happy, and stable life. So how do we actually unprogram ourselves? Well, from my experience, guys, like most things, it all starts with education and discipline. So let me break down exactly how I created a life where I don't need to rely on consumerism for happiness. So, first things first, you need to understand that confidence does not come from external things or external validation. Real confidence, lasting confidence, it comes from within. And Alex Hormozy frames this the best when he says, "You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are." And put simply, guys, to be truly internally confident to the point where you don't need to rely on status symbols to feel good about yourself, you just need to outwork your self-doubt. It's as simple as that. And, this shit might sting when I say it, but a guy who needs a car or clothing to feel valuable is actually just not valuable. And real confidence as a guy comes from doing hard things over and over again. Real confidence is working long hours, the struggle in the gym, the nights reading books, and those long working weeks where you're crafting and developing your skills. And there's nothing masculine about begging for attention, because masculinity, true masculinity, is silent, grounded, and controlled. And if you feel attacked by this, guys, I do apologize, but it is just the truth. Like, in my 20s, I spent most of my time just doing stuff that absolutely sucked. I worked the long hours, I trained hard every day, and I read books every night before bed in order to expand my knowledge base. I didn't sit there binging Netflix, buying shit I don't need, and just being generally fixated on how I was perceived by others. I didn't flex, it was just work, build, repeat. And the more I fell into this pattern, the less I cared about how people felt around me, because my internal well of confidence was slowly building. And whenever anyone made comments about the car I drove or the clothes I was wearing, that shit just had zero impact on me. And because of this attitude and the self-confidence I built over time, I just didn't need material things to feel secure. So instead of spending my hard-earned money trying to fuel my ego and get some false sense of confidence, I just saved and invested that money and started pursuing what was truly worth pursuing. And as I mentioned, guys, that thing is financial freedom. And this is the secret that every wealthy person knows, guys. You don't consume your way to freedom. Like, the stereotypical image of a wealthy person in the media is someone who's super flashy and kind of has all the material goods. But nobody would be able to become wealthy if they spent away their money on stupid material things. Like, that's just an oxymoron, guys. Like, think about it. And the reality is that wealthy people became wealthy by maximizing their income while minimizing their expenses. And for the most part, the biggest expense in people's lives is trying to massage their ego and boost their confidence to try and impress people through consumer goods. And that's why most people will never become wealthy. Now, I completely rejected this trap. And instead, I decided to study the wealthy and picked up the habits of the wealthy. And what I learned is that the wealthy don't consume in stuff, they invest in assets that buy back their time and let them lead a financially free future down the line. So that's exactly what I did. I did whatever I could to maximize my income, side hustles, businesses, investing, and I did everything I could to minimize my expenses. And whatever the spread was between my income and my expenses, I invested all of that aggressively because I knew that these assets that I invested in would work hard while I slept to buy back the most precious thing I might have in my life. And that thing is time. Like, guys, think about it. We only have a finite amount of time, and every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. The richest people in life aren't the one with yachts. The rich people are the ones that control their own time and control their own day. And if you speak to anyone wealthy, they'll tell you the exact same thing, guys. Happiness and meaning isn't in the new Lambo or the Rolex or the big mansion. Happiness is freedom. Happiness is being able to express optionality, live the life you want on your own terms, and chase your own purpose and meaning. Like, I'm quite content with life, and I think the reason is because while I do still rent out my time, nobody owns my time. I don't have any boss telling me what to do all day. I don't have anybody telling me how to live my life and when to do things. And guys, that's really the lifestyle you want to craft for yourself. So to simplify it all, guys, don't flex right now. Instead, build for later. In this life, you can spend your time and energy trying to impress strangers who don't even care about you, or you can repurpose that time, money, and energy to have real freedom and do what you really want in life, not what somebody else wants you to do all day. So here's the truth, guys. You can either spend your energy impressing people who don't care about you, or you can repurpose your energy and build something that sets you free. On your deathbed, will you be proud of that car you flexed, or the life you built with your own bare hands? Well, the answer to that, guys, to me is it's just absolutely clear. But what about you? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, guys, always remember these key few things. Nobody cares about your flex, it's only you that cares. The system was designed to keep you trapped, and if you let it, you'll always be pushed around, and you'll always have your freedom taken away from you and manipulated into working for someone else's dream. Despite what TVs, movies, and the media show you, 99% of the wealthy don't spend their way to freedom. They invest their way to freedom. They say no to pointless consumption and invest in owning their own time. So, make a commitment today. Unplug from the matrix. Stop spending on pointless shit. Start stacking assets. Learn how to own assets and learn how to protect them. And once you start disciplining yourself and building a solid financial foundation, you'll start to live the life that you've always dreamed of. And if you made it this far into the video, as always, guys, I super appreciate your time listening to me today. As I said earlier, time is our most valuable asset, so the fact that you've got this far in the video and invested in me, that's just super humbling to me, guys, and I really appreciate it. And if you like the video, guys, please make sure you comment, like, or drop me a sub. And in return, my email is provided in the description, and I'm always open for a general chat or to provide any advice you may find useful. If you're truly serious about building financial freedom, I made a recent video on the best way to build financial freedom in your 20s. And this video breaks down everything I did step by step in my 20s to stack nearly $250,000 of net worth by age 30. Anyway, guys, thanks again for tuning in today. Remember, reject status and embrace freedom. And until the next video, guys, peace out.